As soon as she had made an end, the fairy disappeared, leaving Jack greatly excited by what she had said to follow his journey. It was no easy task that lay before him. He walked on and on and on, and still he came to no dwelling. At length, as night came on, he lay down beneath the shelter of a rock and fell asleep. In the morning, to his great joy, he saw not far away the large house for which he was looking. Now very greatly in need of food, he made his way slowly to the door, lifted the knocker, and rapped. A very large woman opened the door for him, with a face that seemed none too kindly, and she stood listening in great astonishment while he begged her for a bite to eat. It was most uncommon, she said roughly, to see any strange creature near their house, for it was well known that her husband was a cruel and ugly giant who bullied all who came near him. "If you know what is good for you," she went on, "you will run away as fast as your legs will carry you." In spite of his hunger and need, Jack's first thought was to act at once on her words and run away as fast as he could. Then he remembered what the fairy had said and the reason for his being there. So he bravely stood his ground and asked again for food, offering in return to do any kind of work. At this the woman considered a moment. She herself drudged, toiled, and labored from morning till night, and she was greatly in need of someone to help her. So at last she let herself be persuaded and led Master Jack inside the house. First they passed an elegant hall, finely furnished. Then they went through several spacious rooms, all in the same style of grandeur, but lonely-looking and dreary. A long gallery came next. It was very dark, just light enough to show that, instead of a wall on either side, there was a grating of iron which parted off a dismal dungeon, whence Jack could hear sighs and the clanking of chains. His heart beat fast as he thought that here perhaps his father was confined, and he grew more than ever determined to stick to his task until he set him free. The woman took Jack into a large kitchen where a great fire was kept. There she bade him sit down and gave him plenty to eat and drink. Now he saw that after all she was a kindly woman, only much overworked and worried by the bullying of the giant. When he had done his meal, she set him to work scrubbing and burnishing. All day long he worked harder and more steadily than he had ever done in all his life before, and she fed him well. At length evening came, and there was suddenly a great knocking at the gate that caused the whole house to shake. "Let me in, let me in," roared a blustering voice. The giant's wife hid Jack in the oven. Then she ran to let her husband in. Soon he came striding into the room, an ugly creature enough, with little pig eyes and the face of a bully. The moment he crossed the threshold, he began to sniff about and shout, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman."